Hello, bienvenidos. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I am doing a video that you guys had suggested I do. Woo! So I asked you guys on my community tab on YouTube. If you guys don't know where that is, just go on my channel and then up at the top you can hit community, and I typically post a lot of things there that are either personal updates where I won't be on YouTube as much, or if I'm asking for you guys to help me out with something, that's where I normally post it if it's not on my Instagram. So I had asked you guys for suggestions and ideas of what you guys would like to see as far as videos, and one of you guys had mentioned a tag video that I was not aware of. This is the makeup declutter tag. Ooh. You guys, my mind is not all there with everything going on in my life, my personal life. I know it should be no excuse. I swear, I just thought I saw the girl's name and I am blanking out. I told you I am better with numbers than I am with names. I will post the creator and her photo up on the screen for you guys to check her out. I did watch her video and I did surf her channel, and she is so much fun to watch. I really enjoy her personality and she is so much fun. You guys would enjoy her as well. She is not a full-on project panner, but she does have different videos, different you know, not the same old like haul video or look what's new. She has a lot of fun ideas on her channel and I do enjoy watching her. And I'm so sorry if she's watching this video. I think it's Ava. I can't remember my brain. It's not all there, my brain, and my phone is not with me at the moment, you guys. So I can't even look her up even if I wanted to. So anyway, she came up with 10 questions, which I thought was really, really fun. I had a little bit of a hard time with a few of them. As you guys know, I am not a makeup declutter channel and I don't declutter often, but I thought it'd be fun because I have decluttered in the past. It's just more thoughtful when I do it myself. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So if you're new, welcome. My name's Alejandra. I go by Alex. I am an eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash project pan. If that is something you want to continue to see on your feed, subscribe, join us. And now let's get on with the tag question. All right, like I mentioned, there are 10 questions. And real quick, I am not somebody, if you're new, I am somebody who is not a makeup declutter individual. I have done my small declutters and big declutters. I went through a few years where I was testing out my makeup, seeing what I like, really getting down to my own personal preferences. And my makeup collection is still rather big, but I do enjoy what I have. Otherwise, it would have been long gone. At this point, what I declutter and how I declutter is if something goes bad, or it is giving me a reaction to my face, or I genuinely don't find any happiness in putting it on my face. That's where I am at the moment whenever I do declutter any makeup items. So that's, just wanted to put it out there. I do not declutter often. So if you're looking for that, you ain't finding it here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the 10 questions. Question numero uno. It's a makeup item that's impractical. Okay. Like I said, some of these made me think long and hard, and I think I did find one. This is one of the last products I got in a subscription box, and I'm telling you, this has been a while since I've had a subscription box, but I find this, I love the product and I love what it does, but it's in an impractical packaging. I have noticed that you can get it in a tube now, but they sold it in a tub before. This is the Bite Beauty Agave Nighttime Lip Therapy I guess balm. Why I don't like this is because, first of all, it's in a balm. It does come with a little scooper, but to sit there and do this and scoop out, you can see that I have used it. I'm sticking to one area and scooping it out, putting it in here. Then this thing gets all sticky, and then you got to put it back in here, and then there's gooping. It's just a lot of work for me to use this. So I love this, but I tend to reach for other things as my night balm because of that reason. And I should use this because this is one of my oldest ones, but I find this to be impractical. They should just put this in a tube where I can just go like this and be done with it. It shouldn't be this big either because this is a lot of product and this is going to take me a long time to use too. I don't mind having a lip balm that's very moisturizing and thick at night. And if it's going to last me a while, I don't need this much. I really genuinely don't need this much. So I find this to be impractical. I have this on my nightstand and I refuse to put it in a project pan because it'll be torture. I just want to use it genuinely and whenever I need it, not necessarily having to force myself to finish it because of the packaging. Number 2, a mascara that's definitely expired. At this point, I don't have too many mascaras that are super long. I would say the ones that I'm currently using are my oldest and probably are getting close to expiry, but they're not that old because I have used so many of my mascaras and I'm not buying any mascaras. I haven't bought some in years. And because I'm also not purchasing products, I'm not getting free mascaras often. So I would say these two. This is the Nabla Major Pleasure Mascara, which I love. And then this is the other one. This is the Essence Lash Princess Volumizing. I'm actually using these two together. Obviously, I'm wearing falsies, but if I take the falsies off, you could see that both of these are beautiful. I love both of these. I think these are both amazing for volumizing and keeping a curl up, especially this one. This is really nice. But I would say these are probably my oldest, hence the reason why I'm using them right now to not make them go bad. If a mascara is not working for me, I get rid of it. I don't play around with mascara, especially things around my eyes, like creamy stuff. But these have been fine. They haven't been bothering me, and I'm pretty good at making sure that I'm not using things that are reacting to my face. Number 3, a red lipstick you never wear. Okay, as I said in the beginning, I went through a major using what I have, seeing what I like, getting rid of what I don't like. So I got rid of the one category that I got rid of the most of was my red lipsticks because I don't use them often. Why have so many? Just keep the ones you want. But there is one in particular where I have used it, but I don't use it often because of the imprint, not necessarily because of the color. And it is the MAC Retro Matte Riri Woo. Sorry. You see how it has like the imprint of her name? I think it's just so cute. I don't have many lipsticks that have any imprint or any design or anything. I have used this. I do like it and it's still working perfectly fine. It is just the imprint that is allowing me to not use it. And the fact this isn't as drying as the older formula of the what is it called? Ruby Woo. This was the newer formula, so it's not that drying on my lips, but it is still drying, but it is a beautiful color. It's just the imprint doesn't let me use it too far down. I have used it, but it's just, I'm gentle with it. And I know I should use it before it goes bad. Just leave me alone. Let me at least have one out of the hundreds that I have, not even hundreds, like 100 some lipsticks. Just let me have the one to enjoy that way, okay? Number 4, a high-end item not worth the money. Okay, you guys, I don't spend my money on high-end products that I know are not going to work for me. I do not take that risk with high-end products. If I don't know the formula, if I'm not familiar, no, I'm not going to, gamble with my money in that sense. Drugstore, I don't mind because it's a little bit cheaper, but high-end, I'm not going to do that. This is something that I'm going to use. I don't mind it, but I don't think this is worth it. This is the Charlotte's Genius Magic Powder Under Eye and Face. It's a soft focusing, light diffusing, loose powder. I don't see anything different from this, from the Cover FX one, from the Maybelline one at the drugstore. This doesn't do anything for me that those don't do. So I don't think this is worth the money. The packaging is like that sifter where you shift it, but Cover FX does that. Like, there's nothing special about this. So I don't see how this is worth the money. This to me isn't worth the money at all. You're getting a decent amount. It is Charlotte Tilbury. I guess you're paying for the money, for the name, but I've used this for at least a good month and a half to really test it out, see how I like it. And I don't feel like this is not something that I would say this is like an amazing powder. You really should, like my By Terry Hyaluronic one, amazing for the under eyes. That is worth the $60 some. And I'm just waiting to finish all my powders to be able to buy that for my under eyes. That I find to be amazing and worth the price. This, no ma'am. All right, numero 5, a drugstore dud. Unpopular opinion, please don't come after me, you guys. Do not come after me. I've said this in another video. A few of you have agreed with me, so just bear with me. I don't own this anymore. I used one up, one went bad, and I threw it out and didn't even care. It is the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. I don't like the matte version. I never tried the matte version, but I knew I wasn't going to like it. So when they came out with the hydrating one, I got 2 different shades. I used one completely up. The other one I used a quarter of the way. So I have made a very well-rounded opinion. I have drier under eyes and I have under eyes that like they just hereditarily have lines under them. It's just something that all of my family members have. It's not something that comes with age. We've had it since birth. My children were born with already a crease under their eyes, just how it is. So I have to be very specific on what I put under my eyes, and that it just is too heavy for me for my own personal liking. Because I don't wear full coverage on my face, my under eyes were just way too full coverage. I had to set a little bit of it in the summer, not necessarily in the winter, but it still dried out my under eyes. If I did not really prep my under eyes, they will look drying. And I have found other things that are just way better for me. So yeah. Unpopular opinion, I don't like the e.l.f. hydrating concealer and would not buy that. Not even in a pinch. I'll buy something else. All right, number 6, an eyeshadow palette you forgot about that I had. Okay, I will be honest with you guys. I do have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, yes, continue to say hundreds and you'll get to the number I'm at, of eyeshadow palettes. And I, surprisingly, for me, having that many eyeshadow palettes, I still remember a lot of my palettes. One reason is because I have them all in photo categories in my app, in my Glow in Me app. So I'm always in that app daily. So I'm always looking at my eyeshadow palettes. So I do know what I have. Even though I have so many, I still remember overall what I have. But this one, I seem to always skip over. And I think it's because it's categorized by it's alphabetized and it's at the end of my list of photos. So that may be a reason why, but I also have yet to reach for it. It is the Wet n Wild 35 pan palette. This is a gift from one of you guys. And I love the whole concept of it. Look, it still has the tape on here. I love the whole concept of it. I think the color story is really like something I'll get use out of. It has nothing to do with the color story. I've heard the quality is not bad at all. But when I think of Wet n Wild, I think of the smaller pan. So for me, seeing this, I don't remember that I have a large Wet n Wild palette. This is not something that they normally do. And I'm kind of glad I have it this way instead of through a different brand. Like, you know what I'm talking about? The Morphe one. I'm still going to get use out of it at one point or another. It'll probably be rolled into something. It is something that you guys gifted to me. So I appreciate it more and I don't want to get rid of it for that reason. And I see it and it does bring me happiness. So that's one of the main reasons why I still keep it. But it is something I do forget. Because every time I think of Wet n Wild, I think of smaller palettes, not this large one. So it always gets skipped over whenever I scan to pull out a palette, scan to pick a palette for something. It's always being looked over. So yeah, it's a palette I do forget that I have. Number 7, a foundation that's not your shade. Well. I love the formula of this foundation, but I have come to an acceptance of this that I will never find a shade that is my perfect color because of its undertone. That's the Misha BB Cream. This, I have it in number 27, which I believe is Honey Beige. I have had this in the past in a lighter shade, I think like number 22, 21, something like that, sand something, and that still was not my perfect shade. This is better than the last one I chose because it's not so light. These run very light and their undertone is gray. I'm neutral. I can still make this work because I finagle it with other products. The main reason why I keep it and still use it is because I love the formula of this. It's it's like one of those really good tinted moisturizer BB creams for the summertime. And you guys can see that I have used quite a bit of it. It's just, this will never suit me. No matter what shade I get, I don't think it'll ever suit me because the undertones are gray. And if somebody, like if I'm medium, I have to mix this with a warm bronzer or something in order for it to work because it will not. It will look like a corpse. I really would. Number 8, a product that wasn't worth the hype. Mainly because of their lifespan. The Stila Glitters and Glow. They're beautiful. The concept is awesome. I think it's really nice. I love the color ranges that they had, but it's not worth it because they go bad so fast. And it's a shame because unless you want to incorporate a glitter glue or to have loose glitter as part of your routine, when they dry out, you still have a hard time finishing the whole tube up. I have thrown out so many of these. This one's starting to dry out. You guys can see I've tried to use these as much as I possibly can, but it is becoming more difficult because they dry out and I can't get anything out. And when I do, it's like sand putting it on my eyes, and then it's just a hot mess. So these are not worth it. Once they're all dried out on me, I'm never gonna buy another one. And I normally say never, but I really am not. Unless I get it free somehow, I'm genuinely not interested. Number 9 is a concealer you couldn't make work. I've said this in the past and I continue to say it. It is the Tarte Shape Tape. And let me make this clear. I know that concealer is a self-setting concealer. I've even done it with that. My MAC Pro Longwear that I genuinely love is also a self-setting concealer, but the consistency is so different from the Tarte one. The Tarte one is just way too thick. Even putting a little bit, it just overpowers my under eyes. It just makes me look like I have a mask under my eyes, and I'm not about that. It just doesn't look right. It is too drying for my under eyes. I had the last time, and I had a deluxe sample size and I did use it up, but the only way I was able to use it was to mix it in with a face oil to be able to make it work under my eyes. And I'm not going to buy an expensive concealer to having to mix it when I can find something better. So for me, it would be the Tarte Shape Tape. I know, another unpopular opinion. And the last question. This is the question. The last question, you guys. Last question is, if you had to start one makeup category from scratch, what would it be? I did not have to think about this twice. I did not have to consider it. I would 120% say my lip products. 120. You guys, I've said this for years. It's been about 6-7 years since I've actually gone out and purchased a lip product. I knew from the first day I started YouTube, I was not into lip products. I liked my few and that was it. I'm not a victim. I am somebody who fell for the hype of trying new lip products, reviewing new lip products. That was my channel years ago. So I would buy every collection and swatch them and review them. And I kept getting more and more and more, not necessarily because I love lip products, but because of this. So if I were to start over, you guys, I would get rid of all of my lip products and just stick to like 15 or 20 and I would be content. I don't care for the latest and greatest. As long as I have my shades, I'm good. Lip products would be it 110%. You guys see that I'm not getting new lip products. I'm not. Eyeshadow palettes, I'd cry. Lip products, get rid of the whole thing and I'm okay. I wouldn't miss it. I just get my few shades that I like and continue with my life. So it would be lip products. And I'm working on that. As you guys know, I've been working on my lip products, starting to go bad. So I'm starting to see more and more leave my collection without more and more coming in, which is making me happy in a way, but sad also because they're not being used all the way. But that is something I've accepted a few years ago that it was going to happen and I'm okay with that. So yeah, lip products would be my one that I would completely get rid of and start all over. Alrighty guys, that is it. I'll leave these questions down in the description box if you're interested in doing this. This is a lot of fun. I would love to see a lot of project panners do this tag because I feel like these questions we have a bit of a grasp with because we project pan, so we get to know products a lot more, and some of us may declutter more than others because we realize things are going bad or they just don't work for us because we are panning them. So I tag anybody that does videos. Let me know if you're doing it so then I can watch it as well. Don't forget to check out the creator. I apologize again for not remembering your name. I know her last name starts with a T. I remember some things, you guys, but not everything. I'll leave her down in the description box so you guys can check her out. And that's it, you guys. I'll put more videos on the screen for your enjoyment. Until then, adios.